What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 524. Can you believe it? Of FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Piles. Got the dynamic duo of Steve and Kyle Brackey. He's what I like about Texas. And coming at us from Wisconsin, Ben Funky Askren. What's up, Benjamin?
If I was a Texas guy, I would be like the hardest core Texas guy ever.
You probably would be. This is why it's all part of our movement to get you here before like 2062 when you've committed to move here. That's like the earliest you've like committed to move here.
After my presidency in 2032 to 2040. Yeah.
So you're a two-term president.
Just like Kanye, I'm announcing that I'm running for the president of the United States.
That maybe was not going well.
Yeah, that's not going well.
I don't know.
He's crushing it. What are you guys talking about?
Okay. So, it's this week. This week, Ben Askren's coming to Austin. Most of the athletes get here tomorrow.
Most of the athletes are coming here this week.
Yes.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Very true. Yeah, most of them will be here this week. Many of them tomorrow.
So are you guys even allowed to allow them to work out together when they get there, or do they have to just work out with, say, the person that they brought, their workout partner? Or are there rules?
There are rules, but the rules are not that David Taylor cannot warm up with Gabe Dean or Kyle Dake. We're not imposing those rules or anything. I'm sure they're going to have their own people, but there are rules about how many on a mat, how many in a room, how many. There's a lot of different things going on to remain within good standing with the event. So, yeah, there is some of that, but most of them, everyone, but I think DC has like a drill partner, or coach, whatever. So Mike Gray and Vito.
So are you Caldwell's drill dummy?
I would be down, but no, that would not be helpful for him. So I'm sure.
Well, I mean, he's got to have a drill. It would make him build up his confidence. You know, sometimes you got to wrestle. Sometimes you got to wrestle those guys where every move works.
I would be that guy. I fit that description to a T. Although when it comes to Darian Caldwell, I think there's a variety of FloWrestling partners where our technique would be really humming against him. So, or his technique would be, I should say.
Yeah, maybe Bader. Bader always makes you feel good.
I would love. Yeah, speak for yourself. Jeez. Hey, Mr. Hodge guy. Not everyone can beat Bader there. He's pretty freaking good. Tell him how good Bader was. Bader's pretty dang good, isn't he, Ben?
Yeah. I think he was a 4-year starter at Missouri. He was seconds away from making the national tournament his senior year. So I think he talked about that on radio a couple times. Yeah, but he was tough.
He is tough. He's a tough person, Mark Bader. Okay. Some news items. We're going to talk a lot about the July 25th.
But Christian, we haven't solved the issue. Who's Darren Caldwell's drill partner going to be?
Well, he has myriad options. JD Rader is probably the closest to his wrestling prime. Okay. Mike Mal has not as many working limbs as he did, but I'm sure he would do it. Bader would be a suitable partner. Stephen Kyle. Okay. Kyle could test your parterre defense really well. This guy's got a gut wrench. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I don't know if high school kids and Darian Caldwell are on the same level.
It's literally the exact same thing. It's indiscernible. No. So.
Well, when's the last time Darren Caldwell defended a gut wrench? In all fairness.
Well, last week I watched him defend gut wrenches.
Before that,
I don't know. He was probably not focused on that. Yeah, if he gets one thing I don't know is how good is Luke Pletcher's top game in freestyle. He looks like he'd have a good gut, be a good gut guy, but I haven't really so. Right, just the way he's built. But I don't know, and it can take a little time. I mean, he's been so folk style focused. I know he's entered some, and I think he made it U23 team or was right there too.
But, yeah, he talked about his top game.
8 turns, right? Is that what he said?
Right, he didn't get. Turns, yeah, he was he also said I pretty much didn't even try either.
That's what you see so often. It's guys, you can tell he is not like Kyle Snyder. He'll just take a guy down. He's getting better at that, but
he said he was going to try though.
Yeah,
on the 25th.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said he was going to try.
All right, we're going to see if he can get those turns. So, yeah, we'll see where his parterre defense
Christian,
is.
I have huge news for you.
Oh, perfect.
You saw that I tweeted that Ampar should wrestle a match because he was training with Vito.
I did not see that, but I believe that you did that.
Okay, I tweeted it. Guess who liked my tweet?
Ampar.
No. Guess again.
Spencer Lee.
Spencer Lee. I think maybe we have a match made in heaven. You never know.
Listen, that sounds like a great idea to me. I would love it.
Those Iowa guys, they want to battle Russians. I remember when I was trying to get Tony Ramos to do FPL, which was incredibly frustrating. And I won't go through the whole process. But one of the things was he said, I want to wrestle a Russian. Bring me a Russian. And I'm like, I can't just like grab Russians off the street and bring them to this wrestling match. Like, it's a little harder than that. But, I'll do my best. And then, it's a long story. And I'll end it there.
Yeah, you got no Russians.
I got no Russians.
But we've got Ampar.
Yeah.
He's here. He's in Cornell training with those guys. I don't know what capacity he's in Cornell or in America. Like, does he live here now? Or is he like come and just lives here for a couple months? Because he was at Fort Worth with the Cornell gang for senior nationals. He was a beast. So we should pull that clip of him and Daniel Dennis had an amazing match at Urigan in I guess that would have been 2016. Dan bombed him. He bombed Dan. It was a great match. Kyle's gonna look it up right now.
How much fun would that be, though, if we got to see him versus Spencer Lee?
It'd be amazing. Be incredible. But
and then I know he's not technically Russian, but isn't the one guy that trains at Oklahoma State? Isn't he a Russian also?
Zoe?
I thought he was actually French.
Yeah, I think he's actually French.
Oh, literally? Because I didn't think literal French people could wrestle worth a damn. Are you sure he's literally
He's pretty
French?
dang slick.
Dude, he is tough.
He's good.
I'm telling you, that's why I don't think he's really French.
Listen,
He is.
There's
I'm
some-
like pretty confident he's actually
How?
French.
don't be that American that thinks that it's like French people are incapable of toughness.
Okay. Well, listen, Christian, name one other tough French wrestler for me then.
Well, I don't
One.
believe there's a
Name
track
one.
record of strong. I don't know the coaches in France, right? Like, typically they have Russian,
They had him on the
transfers.
Bader show not too long ago.
He's a cool guy. So is awesome, and
I think it's,
he's slick. He
Probably
fits in
Russian.
well in the Oklahoma State. Yeah, maybe he's Russian, but I'm pretty sure he's French.
I don't remember his real name.
Yeah,
They all just call him Zoe.
Yeah, everyone calls him Zoe. If you search on Instagram, you could probably find his real name. Okay, some news. California high school wrestling moved to the spring. And this is pretty big news because could it set into effect, a domino? Will other states follow suit and start moving stuff down the line a little further? We're seeing, Ivies have backed up in college. There's other Big Ten Conference and football announced they were
In Pac-12.
in Pac-12.
Patriot League said no football, and then PSAC also.
Yeah, so those conferences are doing like nothing until January 1. Mm-hmm. Big 12, Pac-12 are just doing no non-conference.
Got it. So it's for California high school wrestling, their season's going to be looking pretty different. Instead of starting in November and practice starts in October, it's going to be kind of a different deal for them. And I don't know if other states will do it. Are you hearing anything in Wisconsin?
Wisconsin appears to be moving forward as normal. I know kids have already started football practices and that type of stuff.
Whoa.
I don't think it's like
Great.
full contact football, but they're definitely doing camps and that kind of stuff. Because I've had quite a few kids tell me like, "Hey, I'll miss practice Monday because of football camp or whatever it is." So I think Wisconsin moving forward as normal. With California moving to the spring, does that mean they're doing nothing in the fall? Because the one thing that I saw was there was a graphic which said fall sports and spring sports, and then there was no winter sports, and that's why I was kind of confused by that.
Yeah, I don't know what the
plan was there.
No, I don't know. The release I saw was pretty short. It wasn't like it was just about the winter sports, so I'm not entirely sure. Let me see.
Yeah, I think I saw an Instagram post or Facebook post or something.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay. CIF's California's fall sports have been moved to the winter. Winter sports, which include wrestling, have their seasons pushed back to spring. With the state championship set for June, How weird is that? Dude, and
That's gonna be. I mean,
what domino
as long
effect
as
is
we're
that?
full. Yeah, I mean, as long as we're in full capacity, Christian, it's gonna be. Then you got all the nationals and the freestyle stuff that'll be during the middle of their season. That'll be so weird.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to probably go to those, right?
Or they'll go to those and they'll skip their high school stuff. One of the two.
Yeah.
It's not ideal.
No, not at all. So I mean, it's going to be weird having state championships. I'm sure some will happen in February, some will happen in March, and then some as late as June. It's just going to be a really weird season altogether.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But hopefully we have a season. Okay. So it came out with the Miles Martin wrestling David Taylor. Huge news there. And then some of you may not know, Miles Martin is ranked 8th in the world. And a lot of you were not aware of that, and you saw that, and you scoffed. Some of you were scoffers. Shame on every single one of you. But we got receipts. We've got our guy John Kozak, who's just laying out the truth about 86 kilograms and why exactly Miles Martin is ranked 8th in the country. Were you trying to say something, Ben?
I was not.
Okay.
I was laughing because you're calling people scoffers.
Scoffers. They scoffed. Shame on them. So,
Well, that's fair, Christian. I don't think you knew Miles was ranked number 8 in the world either.
well, no, I don't.
I definitely didn't.
No, not scoffing at that. Scoffing that Miles would be ranked that high. Not scoffing that you did or didn't know. I could understand if you didn't know that. But people are like, he shouldn't be 8th. Well, our ranker, John Kozak, lays out why.
So that's kind of the first contributing factor. And then in Martin's last 2 competitions, he kind of slowly moved up based off of his wins over Alex Deringer. And then he lost to Valencia, but Valencia is not in the rankings currently because of his positive drug test or whatever. But then Martin beat Reichmuth, a bronze medalist from 2019 Worlds. He beat Tuskayev from Belarus, who's really solid, and then he beat Abuev from France. And so he kind of just slowly crept up, while other guys, took really recent losses. And so I really value recency in wins and losses, especially in international wrestling when guys aren't competing very much. And so there's going to be disagreement at this weight for sure because it's so unpredictable. And so maybe in other weights, Martin might be like 15, 16, 17. But in this weight, he definitely has a case to be up number 8 spot because he's just been consistent in his last 2 tournaments out there. So appreciate you guys watching this video. Feel free to shoot me any other questions if you have them. Be happy to answer. If not, have a great day, guys.
Okay.
Can we get John Kozak on the line right now? Because I got more questions.
You got more questions?
Okay, so none of the guys, as I look through, so I told you guys last week, Kozak's got his website is fantastic because it's freestylewrestling.org, and you can actually see who the people have wrestled. Which in freestyle, that's been really tough. Like no one's really done that. You know what I'm saying? But this Reichmuth guy, I would like to look up his record because Kozak cited that he is, in fact, a world medalist. But Kozak does not have him ranked in the top 20, nor does he have Abuev or these other guys ranked in the top 20. So the only guy who Miles Martin has beaten that was in the top 20 would be Alex Deringer.
Okay, that's a good counterpoint. Maybe tomorrow we'll have John on.
He's watching on Facebook right now, so
Oh, snap.
he might get a response.
Bring him in.
Yeah, if we could bring him on, that would be awesome. That would be also really difficult.
I want to say one of the reasons Miles Amin is ranked so high is because Reichmuth beat him too. Okay, but this is the problem with bracketing is for bronze medal at 86 kilogram, you have a guy from Colombia, Izquierdo wrestling Reichmuth. It's like, well, I mean, come on, we know the Colombia guy ain't good.
Well,
how do you get in there?
Dude, Colombia has had some good guys before.
Stop.
Isn't that where Sabalos is from? I'm pretty sure Sabalos
the guy from Cuba?
No, well, maybe he's originally, but there's a good guy. He beat Salas in the past. Dang it, I don't remember his name. I'll look it up and then I'll dunk on you later, Ben. For right now,
I don't believe you're gonna dunk on me. So let's see. I got the bracket up right now. Okay, Reichmuth beat Lithuania. He beat Israel, who who Israel. The only reason Israel was there was because he got the forfeit win over Abinator, and then somehow this is where he did beat Friev, who I know has done some pretty good things in the past.
Yes, he's good.
And that would be his one win. Let's see, Izquierdo beat Guam, solid win there. Then he beat Peru, and then he lost to Deepak Punia, and then Deepak Punia beat Reichmuth in the semis. Come on, bro.
So Ceballos is. Oh wait, he's Venezuelan. Crap. That's close.
But you guys don't. But Kozak doesn't even have Deepak Punia in the top 20, and Punia made the finals.
Maybe he has. I don't know. This is why we need John. We'll have John on later. I don't speak for the rankings.
Man,
I don't even attempt to. Okay. So, Mr. Quake Take over here, Kyle Brackey, he's saying Miles has got a shot. He's saying I had to even tone down his title. I had to tone it down. This guy needs to be reined in. Kyle's lost his mind. His original title was Miles Martin will beat DT. I said, Kyle,
really?
I love it. I love it. But I just threw it can.
Listen, I thought that was the name of the series we were doing. JD and I are working on this series.
I love it.
And we essentially pick a side for each match. And I thought the series of the articles was will, not can.
Lean into it.
So that's what I went with. No, I think he has much more of a chance than people give him credit for. I'm not saying he will, and I'm picking David Taylor. But there is a case to be made for it. If you look at the jumps he made, it's pretty crazy. A month after the college season, he goes to the U.S. Open. He's beating Pat Downey 7-0 in the semis with like 2 minutes to go, and just kind of he didn't.
His crap the bed.
His lungs didn't look there either. Yeah, and just kind of lost focus there at the end.
It's like a month after NCAAs.
Correct.
Also.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yep. And so then he defaults out after that to sixth, and then at the World Team Trials Challenge tournament, he's third, loses to Nick Heflin, and he really struggled in that match against Heflin. He got in like twice, but then immediately Heflin fought him off, and he didn't win the hand fight. Yeah, exactly. But then you watch him in his match against Heflin in December, and it was 7-0. He took him down 20 seconds in and was in control the entire match. And his hand fighting just looked completely different. And then against Alex Dieringer, who is this brute that just pushes people all over the mat, he didn't go anywhere. He couldn't move Martin at all. And then not only was Martin not getting moved, he got to his attacks multiple times, including in the last 10 seconds to win. And then he gives Zahid Valencia an awesome match. So clearly him focusing on freestyle has just raised his level more and more. Now, I don't know what's been going on since COVID happened, which really kind of stinks because he was making huge jumps. Because like our man Kozak said, then he goes over and wins the Henry DeGlane and beats a world medalist. But he can stand in there and he can hand fight. He moves his feet really well. Like some of these 86s, like Heflin and Downey, like they're just very still, exactly. And David, I think, can really thrive off that. But Miles can really move, and I think match DT athletically.
Well, I guess for me the most interesting part of the match, I think David's a very large favorite. But I would say, for what it's worth, I think Miles has the best down block go behind / down block reattack series in college wrestling as of when he was a senior. And so, if David doesn't fully set up some of his shots, which now David is about as good at getting to legs as pretty much anyone has been in a very long time. But if he doesn't set up some of his shots, I could see Miles scoring off a down block go behind or down block reattack a couple times because he has some really, really slick versions of the things he does.
Yeah. Being able to withstand, I mean, the questions Miles is going to have to answer is, can he withstand the hand fight for 6 minutes straight, right? He's going to be getting pulled on. Yeah. What can he do about with David's right hand, in that collar tie, and so much offense comes off that. So, but I mean, you think about it from Miles Martin's perspective and why this is kind of a no-brainer opportunity. It's like you get to test yourself against the best guy in the world, right? And see where you stack up. This is a guy, Miles at 86. He's not at 92. He's not at 79. He's at 86 kilograms. trying to make the world an Olympic team. The guy's right there. Test yourself. So it's a good opportunity for him, and man, just his arc is maybe higher than a lot of people realize. I did not coming into Fort Worth. I was like, this guy's not being daring, or he's not going to give Zahid a match, and probably a lot of us thought he was going to lose to Heflin, and he figured out a lot of that. I think he's a really disciplined guy and a hard worker, and he clearly has he had a lot of skills anyways, right? So you combine all those factors, and Ohio State and Tervel and Logan, it's not hard to see how he can be a really good challenger. And David admitted it himself. He's like, listen, I just wanted to smash Downey. I didn't really care about, testing myself. I just wanted to embarrass this guy. Miles I really respect and think is really, really good. So I have a great opponent, and I'm excited for that. So and that's not marketing from David. That's what he believes to be true, right? He really respects him as a wrestler.
I would be impressed if David was that kind of a marketer, that he would put his opponent up. But I
thought, dude, although that video was widely consumed. The cell phone video he put. Yeah, that kind of blew up all over the place. So I don't know.
Now we're talking social media, Christian, but I don't know why, but Instagram loves selfie videos more than professionally produced videos.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
It's really weird.
The algorithm prefers that more. Like that, we posted a 3-second video of Darren Caldwell hitting a goofy go-behind in the New Jersey State Finals, and it was very like a Snapchat filter thing, like 130, 140,000 views. Whereas a super slick produced thing does.
I liked Gordon Ryan commented on it and said, "This is splendid." And he was like the biggest trash talker in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, he is number one trash talker. I won't say anything else.
That's it.
That's it. So very excited for that match.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Okay, Christian, right now, you have to make odds for who's going to wrestle David Taylor in the World Team Trials. The Olympic Team Trials finals. Mm-hmm. Who are you giving the best odds to?
I would say,
who you are,
dude. Is it okay?
Well, is Bo Nickel there?
Or
has that been?
Bo has to go 86. How does Bo go 97?
I don't know. I think he has to go 86. And then will he be back by then?
You keep trying to make Bo quit the sport too. Also, so if he listens to you, he won't even enter the trials. If you have if
you listen to me, he would have been retired like a year ago and be fighting already.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You keep trying to make him quit wrestling.
Well, listen, get off the pot. You heard that saying?
Yeah. I mean, well, listen, Ben Askren. You allowed yourself an opportunity to chase Olympic glory just because your career happened to align like almost perfectly with an Olympic year. Yeah. It didn't happen that way for Bo. So you know what? Yeah. Redact it. Redact your statement. In 2016,
I will not. I refuse.
No, I'm
go fight, Bo. Go fight.
Ben's a hypocrite.
Ben,
you're a hypocrite.
I'm a hypocrite.
You are.
Especially if he's going to refuse to go 86. Then just go fight.
Okay, I will actually co-sign it. If he tries to go 97, he weighed like 88 kilograms at the 92 weigh-off.
Yeah.
No, weigh-in. Please do not. He's got to go down, right? So I would say I think Bo would probably be the favorite because to make the finals, just with the very, what's up with Zahid, right? What's going on with him? Yeah. But Bo's not just a guy that made Final X. He's we won U23s, right? He's really dang good. Mm-hmm. That they don't just
and his record against Miles is what, 6-2?
Yeah. I mean, Zahid is probably the toughest challenge for someone like Bo.
Yeah, I think the last time they wrestled, it was Zahid winning in freestyle, right?
He won in 2 straight.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought.
And it was not that close. Now. That was after Bo. That was freshman year Bo.
Right.
So he's
long time ago.
He's gotten a lot better. Well, I think the short list is, unless I'm missing someone, it's got to be unquestionably Zahid, Bo, Miles in some order. I guess you throw Pat in there, although.
Well, what about Deirdre? Deirdre actually, I was thinking, kind of matches up relatively well with Bo Nickel because he's so strong and positionally he's good. And, I don't want to say he's going to go throw for throw with Bo Nickel, but he definitely understands what he's doing in the upper body. So he can
for
kind of
sure.
wrestle there. That would kind of be an interesting matchup for me as well.
I'm working on a fill-in host for Thursday when you're flying here. I think you guys are gonna like it.
Can we say it yet?
It's a secret?
Yeah. It's it's not a secret, but I just want to make sure he knows what time he's signing up for because this guy's in the West Coast, in the Pacific Northwest.
Steve Valencia.
No, Pacific Northwest.
Chris Pendleton.
No.
Isaiah Martinez.
Some people call him a bad guy. Not me. Come on, Ben.
A bad guy.
The bad
Chris
guy.
Pendleton. Oh, chill. A bad guy. When you said a bad guy, I'm like, does he know? I don't think he's a morning guy.
He said, first off, 8 is not early. Second, yes. I said, 8 Central. Oh, yeah, he's in.
Okay, well, maybe
he's
he's a morning guy.
He's going to be in New York City because he's a traveling man.
Bellator is resuming operations Friday, so that's probably where he'll be.
Okay, so surprise announcement. Chael Sonnen filling in Thursday for the funky one.
Nice. You got big shoes to fill.
Big flip-flops to fill.
Okay, Christian, can I submit to doing something so incredibly stupid? I gotta be honest with my FloWrestling brethren. You know what I did?
Yeah.
Okay, I went on vacation with my wife. We didn't get a 10th anniversary vacation because Corona, and we went to Denver. And so we had a friend there. We were scootering to their house, with one of those electronic scooters. And I was riding with her on the scooter, and she steps on my sandal as I'm going to push off, and it snaps. Right?
Oh no. Well,
sure enough, that is in fact the only pair of footwear I brought on the whole trip. Right? So we're going to hike at Rocky Mountain National Park the next day. And I think I'll just go barefoot. It's fine. I hiked the Grand Canyon barefoot. No big deal. So I hiked barefoot. We went 7.2 miles up and down, and it was one of the worst decisions I ever made. It was so painful. It hurt so bad. It was terrible.
Like the skin was worn off, or how are you? What was the difference between Grand Canyon and Rocky Mountains?
I think Grand Canyon must have been a little softer because of the type of stone, but there was, these big rocks, and I kept stepping on them. And you know what? The way up didn't really hurt. It was the way down. It was super painful. It was really terrible.
It was
one of the stupidest things I've done in a very long time.
Do you have to renounce your caveman heritage now? Because
a
true Neanderthal would
take
that in stride. I think you're one of those millennial cavemen.
I think they would have stopped and just like camped out or something.
They would have slowed their roll. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
so it was awful.
Thoughts and prayers to your feet. I'm glad they're all better. But yeah, it's just, man, you and I are so different. Like, why would you not have an extra pair of shoes, like just for, I don't know, even wrestling shoes?
Why would I think wrestling? I can't wrestle anymore.
Oh, jeez. All right, fine.
I should have taken 2 pairs of flip flops. So I should have.
Yeah, need backup flops.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Other news. Helen Maroulis and John Morrison to the DMV RTC, which is the Maryland University affiliated regional training center there. John Morrison.
They also affiliated with American Christian.
Oh, are they?
I don't know.
That's
there also.
I'm pretty sure it's just Maryland. I mean, the release I saw with Coach Clemson, I didn't see anything from.
It would be smart to go in with American.
Yeah, that would make sense. But so DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia is what that means. Not the Department of Motor Vehicles. Don't start twitching, guys. It's just the location. So John Morrison is the head coach. Helen is going to train there, but she's also an assistant coach.
Player coach.
Player coach.
Jackie Moon style.
Magic Johnson, I think he was a player coach. Pete Rose.
Jackie Moon.
We needed to do the top 5 player coaches in history.
She's got to be on the list with an Olympic gold medal.
Helen may be the only player coach that's an Olympic champion.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Well, what about Christian, or Kyle, is there any other player coaches in the RTCs anywhere? Because I mean, this seems like something that say like a Jordan Burroughs going to Philadelphia, right? He could be a great player coach, and then maybe eventually, as he gets older, transition into just a coach role. I can't think of anyone else who is in a player coach role who's at an RTC. Is Helen the first?
As far as I'm aware.
Yeah. I can't think of any.
Sometimes some of the RTC athletes take on somewhat of a coaching role, and maybe they'll run some practices sometimes with other guys. But I think in general, it's not in title. Like they're just RTC athletes. Logan Stieber is a close, but I think he had already retired once he was the coach. So I think pretty unprecedented player coach. So and I think for Maryland and Coach Clemson, I think it's a really savvy move to get some buzz around your program. You got to figure for donors, the idea of having an Olympic champion, the first women's Olympic champion in U.S. history is huge. And it's a good move. And really, when you think about it, if you're a Big Ten program and you want to start getting elite recruits, you've got to have some sort of an RTC foundation there. So
yes.
It makes a lot of sense. I think it's a smart move. Helen's obviously from Maryland originally. John Morrison's been coaching in that area. John's, of course, from Illinois originally, but he's been out in the DMV area for some time now. So smart.
Where was he coaching at?
He was at
I think St. Paul's.
Yes, where
isn't that where
Kurt McHenry went?
Yeah.
Got it. Cool.
Yes.
Nice.
So. Good hire there. And I don't know if you guys talked about this, but Jenna Burkett to the Southeast RTC, Virginia Tech. Okay.
Where was Helen prior to this?
I don't know. NYC RTC maybe?
I mean, she spent some time there, but was she permanent?
I have no idea. I don't know if she was permanently there.
So when she made her comeback at the Wrestlehouse alongside WCWA, John was in her corner. I think she was just back in Maryland training. And John was working with her. I don't think she had a permanent home or training spot.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that would make sense because Helen was in Stillwater for a little bit, and obviously John was in Stillwater for a little bit. Also, maybe they crossed paths there, and that's where they struck up a friendship or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it came to be, how they got connected, but yeah, it could be a Stillwater thing. Could be John was in Maryland, and then that's where Helen's from. But either way. Cool to see.
Hey, want to hear another dumb thought? Someone it came to my head because someone said Coleman Scott in 2016. Are you ready for my dumb thought of the day? Christian, you're going to enjoy this, though.
Love it.
Any major Division I college program, what program would have the athletes that were the highest percentage on average over their college wrestling weight? And I was thinking Oklahoma State. Because think about how big some of them dudes are from what they wrestled. Like, Coleman Scott wrestled 133. Johnny Hendricks wrestled 165. Daniel Cormier wrestled 184. Chris Pendleton wrestled 174. I was thinking they're probably on average 25% over their college wrestling weight.
That was
good God.
Yeah. So it's funny you mentioned that because, obviously before I worked at Flow, I'd never talked to anyone or been around a lot of the high level wrestlers. I think one of the first times I met Chris Pendleton, I was like, what the heck? How did this dude ever
He's
make?
Huge.
I was like, this dude's huge. Because I remember when he wrestled. Yeah, he made the finals against JD in 2013.
Yeah,
I was like, oh yeah, he's bigger. He's not cutting down Dave. Then I stood next to him. I was like, Chris Pendleton is huge. How did he make 174? This is audacious.
Seriously.
But he freaking did. Unfortunately for Ben.
Yes,
but you know what? But who knows what happens if Ben's a 4-time champion? Maybe he sticks around wrestling and he doesn't have the MMA career. We'll never know.
Who knows? So what do you think? You think it's Oklahoma State? You think it's off the top of your head?
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. These Iowa guys are staying pretty lean. Tom and Terry Brands, they're not too far from their fighting weights. I don't. That would they may be the leader at the clubhouse.
Penn State. I mean, those guys. Penn State's not super old, but their guys all stay pretty small.
I guess. David had a huge jump. He was a 65. Now he's at 189.
That's a good one.
But beyond that, Zane's probably staying put at 65. Nolf's going 74, but he probably wasn't long for 70 anyways, and that's the Olympic weight, and he was never going to make 65. Bo Nickel grew throughout his career.
But so we're talking about that last weight, last weight class.
Yeah, it might be up there. You know what? You should take a couple weeks, do a statistical analysis, and you have to estimate how much everyone weighs, and then we'll know for sure.
Someone said chance at 150. I count chance at 157.
Oh, poor guy. That was a tough go.
That was so bad.
That was a tough go. He was up so big on Edwin Cooper. Wait, he won that match, didn't he?
He won. He somehow hung on and won.
That's when you knew he's not long for this weight class.
No.
There's making the weight, and then there's the other thing.
Yeah, and then John Smith got Espo to go 41 and Coleman Scott to go 25 their freshman years also.
Man, I mean, even Jo at 33 now seems like wild. Yeah. Remember in 2012 he couldn't make 60 anymore, and he had to go 66 for the Olympic trials, and he didn't almost beat Metcalf, but he really gave Metcalf
went 3 periods, didn't it?
I'm pretty sure he took a period from Metcalf.
He did.
After it wasn't like a calculated decision for Jo to go 66. It's like,
no, it was
snap, I can't make 60.
It was like day before.
Yeah. And so he went up, and then he's really, really good. Now he's
so crazy.
Who knows how big he is now? We have our match order, Ben. Do you want to know it?
We do.
We have it.
I would.
We know that. We went with ABC order, so we're starting with Dake Chamizo.
No, that's a bad idea. Don't do that.
All right. Actually, starting with Arujal versus Alvarez. That is ABC order. Holy cow. So Vito versus Sammy, starting it off. Then going Jack Mueller versus Roman Bravo Young. Darian Caldwell versus Luke Pletcher. Co-main David Taylor versus Miles Martin. And then, capping it all off, Kyle Dake versus Frank Chamizo. Do you approve of this order?
Yeah, makes sense. Makes perfect sense. It's exciting. I like that you put the two little guys next to each other because maybe they didn't call each other out. The winner can call the other winner out. I mean, I'm not giving them advice or anything, but that's probably what I would do. I mean, when you get in the winner's circle and the guy shoves the microphone in your face, you better think about what you're going to say.
Well, who knows if who's not going to want to watch Alvarez RBY again? I mean, those two.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, that scramble was insane that they had. Yeah, no, I would be down for that.
Vito and Mueller have wrestled before too at the Junior World Team Trials in 2017. It was like 8-6 Vito, but as you can imagine, there was a ton of action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you probably mix those four guys up almost any way, and you're going to come out with some good matches. It'd be interesting to see who else wants to get in the mix. Maybe who knows? Maybe Seabass is, maybe he's feeling frisky and he wants to come up and get Pletcher at 141. Show him, who's thick.
Seabass is gonna need a couple weeks' notice to get down into their area. I think.
What are they wrestling at? 150?
No, 137 and 140.
No. I said Pletcher.
Oh,
Pletcher
Caldwell. Yeah.
149, right?
Okay, 49. So
he can get there.
Yeah, we
a couple workouts. He's there.
We'll help you out, Seabass. We'll get you down there. You know what? Maybe we'll let you hang a toe off the scale.
How about RBY laying down the point challenge?
Yeah, he's
to Mueller.
Yeah, he wants to put 20 up.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he's like, Jack, if we don't put up 20 points, something.
Yeah, if we don't put up 20 points, Saturday night was a disappointment. Something along those lines.
Oh, I don't like that. Because I don't think Jack Mueller wants it to be a shootout, right?
Okay, and so RBY is trying to draw him into his game.
Yeah. So don't fall for it, Jack. Come on.
Well, he might fall for it. He might have no choice. If you're down 8 points, then you've got it.
Then you got to go for it.
Yeah.
But then why would RBY want to give up 2 more points? He'd probably just want to score 2 more points and then it'd be done and it'd be 10-0.
It's the spirit of the thing, Ben. Entertainment.
I just sent our producer if we could play the RBY Mueller promo because it's fire.
It is fire. If you saw the We Are, it's from the same editor that did We Are. She's really good. One of our many very good, really good editors. We'll show that. I can't believe Ben didn't watch this video. It's really good. So shame on Ben Askren, but that's okay.
Stop shaming me, Christian.
Ben, remember when we talked about Sammy Alvarez calling out Vito and saying Jersey versus Russia? they had Vito on the Bader show, and they asked him what he thought about that, and he's like, I'm from Long Island. He's like, dude, I'm from like 20 minutes away from you. But I thought of you when you were like, this guy's New Jersey versus New York.
Seriously.
Yeah. Y'all talked about that. Yeah. Vito was born in America. I'm almost sure. But you know what? I think Sammy just wants that branding.
Oh, he does. It was great. It was funny.
Yeah. All right, we've got the video. It's really good. Enjoy it. RBY Mueller promo.
I think I am underrated, for sure. Flo would tweet out, who's going to win 125? Spencer, Sebastian. No one said Mueller. I'm not a talker. Don't try and buff it up. I just try and go out and wrestle, because I love wrestling. Maybe it's not the flashiest style. I think I'm wrestling strong, and I think it kind of surprises people. I think I'm better at freestyle. I think you got to be a little more technical. My top game in freestyle is just as good as my top game in folk style. When I get on top, I can turn a lot better. My opponent is Roman Bravo Young. I have no fear in this match.
All right, describe your wrestling style.
Crazy. I'm more laid back. I'm just a chill guy. I just go in there, fill them out, and then just whatever happens, happens. The best aspect of my wrestling is my speed and athleticism. It's just like an art. I'm just drawing my own picture out there, and I'm just being an entertainer. I'm a two-time All-American. One is a true freshman, the other one has a COVID All-American, but, you know, I'll take that.
He's pretty good. He's got some accolades.
Since I've been at Penn State, my wrestling improved tremendously. I've been able to make such big gains because I pay attention to the little things, and deep down I want it, I work hard, and I'm willing to be consistent every day. The most underrated part of my game, I think people don't know how good I am on top of freestyle.
If you get on top of Jack Mueller, what turn do you go?
I can't say that. I'm not answering that one. Can't do that. Then he'll know. My opponent is Jack Mueller. He's been around the block for a while. I've heard his name, and I like a challenge, NCAA finalist. Like, that just fires me up more because he's legit. Mueller's good at his chest wrap, front head, slide by. He's good on top, has a good head pinch.
Roman, his style is very flashy. I think my style matches up very well with him. I like to push the pace, so when he tries to do all this crazy stuff, I'll stay calm and generate scrambling positions. And I think that I'll succeed in those positions.
I do believe I have what it takes to beat Jack Mueller. I don't go into any match with doubt. I don't care who you are or what you think you have.
I'm excited to let it loose. I want to put some points on the board. I've sacrificed too much to lose this match.
Jack, July 25th, if we don't put up at least 20 points, it's going to be disappointing.
Boom. 20 points.
Boom.
Or disappointment.
I will. I'll call myself out. I did not think Jack Mueller had a shot at beating Sebastian Rivera.
Yeah.
I was not calling that.
No
Did
one
you?
called that. No.
Okay.
Of course not.
Heck no.
I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, I mean, Jack Mueller's right that everyone was kind of, thinking it was going to be Sebastian versus Spencer, which obviously Sebastian beat Spencer twice that year, so it's a very reasonable thought.
Yeah.
But man, Jack Mueller put it on Sebastian Rivera, and I was blown away by that match. So I definitely underrated him. And then I know his chest wrap is really, really good, and I could see. So honestly, when Roman says he's going to score 20 points, I see, well, Roman's going to probably have to go underneath Jack, and then maybe, there's going to be a bunch of exchanges there where Jack can score a whole bunch of points from the chest wraps, or obviously Roman's going to finish his leg attack.
Yeah. I was curious to hear Roman talk about his parterre offense. I think Jack is really, really good on top in freestyle, and if you're not buttoned up there, it can be really, really tough. But Roman is, this is a guy, he made cadet world teams. Mm-hmm. He's really, really good at freestyle. So, and he's been on the freestyle scene. It's not some guy just when he wrestled Nick Piccinini, Jack Mueller, Nick was very much a freestyle novice, right? Yeah. Like he had entered one tournament prior. He's a really good leg attacker, but he just had not put in. It's just a lot of time to get really good at your parterre defense.
Yeah.
Roman has those reps and then some, right? He's been at the OTC as the guy with getting a lot of focus from the developmental coaches. So he's going to be up to speed there, but that doesn't change the fact that Jack will really be working hard for that turn.
Well, yeah, I wrote the article on how Jack can win, and what impressed me is he doesn't have just one turn on top. Like, he has 2 legit turns. He has the high gut, which he kind of he'll like throw a boot in, like he's really good at riding legs and focus down. He'll throw a boot in to kind of like leverage it and get the guy up onto his hips to turn him. But then he also transitions really nice to a leg lace. He actually, at the same 2017 World Team Trials, he actually teched Pletcher in like a minute with the lace.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
What'd you guys make of Roman losing to Jamie Hernandez at the trial? I mean, this is 2019, right?
Yeah.
Because we obviously didn't have junior trials this year. At the 2019 junior trials.
It was a little weird for me. I didn't expect it. Hernandez hadn't had the folk style results I would have expected out of him, but had always been a guy that was better at freestyle and Greco. But I still didn't expect that at all. And then he lost to
Gabe Tag killed him.
Gabe Tag, yeah, at the U.S. Open a month before that. So those were definitely 2 very surprising results.
Oh, I meant Gabe Tag killed Jamie Hernandez in the finals, but yes, Gabe Tag did also beat Roman Bobby Young.
Yeah, he pinned RBY.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where was Gabe Tag this year? Was he was at the AP still, or was he in redshirt at North Carolina?
He was in redshirt, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Little brother,
Did he
I think,
wrestle
was
at all?
that.
I don't really remember him wrestling at all.
Gabe Tag was 14-5
Oh, really?
at 141.
So we'll see how he does. Yeah, that was a down performance by Roman, but that was a couple years ago. He's only gotten better, and so we're excited to see him take on Mueller. Okay. Next up, we may have a call in. We'll see.
We do.
Joe Pollard was on the Bader show yesterday, and our man David Bray grilled him about his about the Rutgers retweet of the thing and tried to hey, get what are the facts here? What's going on? What are you guys doing? And he's like, well, our guys, they just like to have a little fun with social media, blah, blah, blah. And
They undid the retweet after I quote tweeted
Oh,
it.
boo.
yeah, big boo. Big boo for
Was
sure.
Nicky Storiano going to call in on the show? Because that would just make
Oh, my gosh. No.
That would make
We'd
my
break
day.
the internet.
Yeah, we don't have enough. Yeah, we don't have the storage capacity to bring on Nicky. Maybe one day.
Damn it.
Dare to dream. But he was like, no. And then he answered questions like, hey, do you think having Rivera now as a training partner is going to help? He's like, it could help. Yeah, for sure. But I took that as they don't know if he's coming back or not yet, which is the best. It is the best when no one knows. Does Nicky even know? Do the coaches know? Certainly not.
But then, are they supposed to hold a scholarship for him or what?
Yes.
They are supposed to.
I would. What are you going to tell me? All right.
I mean, yeah, I would hold
Listen,
a scholarship
Nick.
for Nick Sirianni.
Got to pull your scully.
But I mean,
We're
I would
gonna
tell
keep-
him, I'd be like, dude, I need to know, because if I'm not going to spend this money on you, I would really like to spend this money on somebody. But you got to tell me. You got to let me know here.
Nah. Just keep it.
No.
Listen. It's either going to get spent on something, an amazing investment, or not at all. It's a gamble. Like you've got, all these Bitcoins. Yeah, maybe it'll pay off. Maybe it won't.
Don't start. Why'd you do
We don't
this?
know.
Hey, Bitcoin's not a heater this morning, Christian.
Oh,
About
my
to break
gosh.
out of
Listen,
resistance.
if I had to hear every time Bitcoin was on a heater, and then I look and it's the exact same thing it was 2 months ago and 3 months before that.
It's been kind of boring recently, actually.
Yes,
Not
boring
enough
coin, as I like to
volatility.
call it. Boring coin.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so why don't we transition to
Why'd
some
you go to
questions?
Bitcoin, Christian? You always want to start talking about Bitcoin. You never want to talk about wrestling.
Oh, please. No, it's just a fun little dig I like to have.
I would have given Nick Soriano a date, maybe July 31st. You need to let me know by July 31st. Otherwise, you can wrestle for us, but it's gonna be for free.
All right. Quick note. We have the Olympic dates are locked in for when those are going to be.
Saw that.
August 1st through August 7th. So a lovely week. in Tokyo, starting with Greco and women's freestyle, and then that goes on until men's freestyle.
Have you been to Tokyo, Christian?
No, I've not been to Tokyo.
Me neither. I've flown in a couple times.
I haven't been anywhere, dude.
Spay was gonna go.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not that. I mean, I've been all over the country, I guess, but I've never been to Alaska, never been to Hawaii.
He's scared to travel internationally.
I'm not scared to travel internationally.
Didn't you go to a bunch of the world championships?
I've never been, other than Vegas.
Really?
Really?
But they don't like sending you on international adventures, or are you scared?
Neither.
He's scared.
I could go. I haven't gone.
You
I will
scared,
go.
Kyle?
I
Yeah.
was going to Tokyo. I have the credential to cover the Olympics. Okay, that would have involved travel. I wasn't going to do that remotely. I was going to Tokyo. I sent in all the dang information, and I sent the wrong picture. I had to send the right picture back because they didn't have the right instructions. But I'm going to Tokyo next year. So
There you go.
all you haters can save it. I'm not scared. Anywho,
You won't go to Kazakhstan though.
Huh?
You won't go to Kazakhstan though.
Not for fun. I mean, yeah, we sent people last year. Yeah, maybe I'll go. I don't know.
I'm gonna bully you into going to like Uzbekistan or something.
Wait, hold the phone. Stephen
Bully him,
Kyle,
Kyle.
where have
Bully
you
him.
gone?
No one's asked me to go
Oh,
anywhere.
here we go. No
I don't
one's
get
asked me.
asked. I don't.
Who? Okay, then I will. No one ever said, Christian, will you go to Kazakhstan? And I said no. That's never happened. So, and actually,
Allegedly.
I was supposed to go to Uzbekistan, and then they decided they were going to send someone else, and that person didn't even end up going because they couldn't get their passport. So, they chose wrong. I was down to go to Uzbekistan.
I knew this would get him riled up.
See, yeah, you get me riled up. This guy's never been nowhere.
I've been to Canada.
Uzbekistan.
I've been to
they pay
Canada.
off, referees.
Oh, stop.
No, it's possible.
Let's go to
Or likely.
questions. Let's go to questions. Man, from Christian's plan, who'd win in a match? Sam Herring or Kyle Brackey? Is it too late to get on the July 25th card? Listen, guys. Sam's really good. He's not ready for this Brackey heat. He might be able to beat me, though. I won't rule that out. But Sam is like 13 and 100 pounds. He can't beat Kyle Brackey. Sorry, Sam. You can't beat Kyle Brackey.
yeah.
But
Not gonna happen.
when Sam's 16 or 17,
Yeah, the way he's going.
it's gonna be problematic. It's gonna be problematic. I'm curious where the intersection is where Sam bypasses Stephen Kyle Brackey, but not yet. Not yet. I like this question from Nick Croninger. I'm surprised with the increased interest in food, media, food science, high-level wrestlers still have admittedly poor diets. Are wrestlers more knowledgeable about food than I realized? Has it gotten better? Why do some people still struggle? Lack of discipline, time, energy. I actually have a thought about this. Ben will probably know more. What?
What is he citing? Like, is there something specific that made him think of this, or why is he citing that wrestlers have really poor diets?
Well, I think he's probably just, some wrestlers just talk about it. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
I hear
maybe he's right.
Some do, some don't. I mean, Jaden was a guy that had an admittedly poor diet coming into college, and then only since, or I don't know when it's changed, but the OTC has been really helpful for him from a diet perspective. We are boring Ben Askren. He is yawning.
Sorry, I yawned.
Wow. You need to get 9.25 hours sleep like me and Nick Lee, and you'll feel.
You know what?
Ozzy
Ozzy regressed last night. I don't know what his effing problem was.
Yeah.
He woke up 5 times. It was like every 30 minutes. It was infuriating. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what he hasn't done that in a long time.
See, I don't let my kids do that, and never have been. So
ever. Ozzy didn't sleep for a year and a half, so I was fairly miserable on the sleep side for quite a while, and I've been getting better. And now last night, I don't know what the hell he was doing. So I'll tell you, for me, I try to be relatively healthy. One of the most frustrating things for me with the nutrition stuff is I feel like I would have to dig like all the way into it and spend months and months researching, because it feels like there's so many different people who say they have the right answers and they contradict each other. I mean, it's really, really annoying. There's so many people who say I have the, they had the guys debating each other on the Rogan show, which are supposedly both really brilliant people, but they were saying, relatively opposite things. For me, that's like the most frustrating part about it.
Well, I would not even take it to that point. I think the reason the reason you see it is these guys are raised with like typical American, their moms make their meal diets and whatever that means, right? Like it's like however you're raised, that's how you think you're supposed to eat. And most people just, they eat how their parents eat and how their parents eat, and they cook how they cook. And that's just the way it is. Do we have John? Do I see John Kozak?
Yes, is he coming on?
Oh my gosh, is that? I think we're getting him ready.
Mic him up.
John, can you hear us? He can't hear us yet. I don't know.
He's trying to hear us.
He's working. He's not wearing his glasses. I'm not sure he is, so I can't hear him yet. But
does he have a real job, or is he just do wrestling?
He just makes wrestling websites. He can hear us, I guess, but I don't know if we can hear him. So we're working on getting John. Tyler's all over it. But yeah, I think. Oh wait, there he is.
Hey, there we go.
Listen. So if you don't know, John Kozak does the international rankings for FloWrestling. Ben Askren attempted and failed to fire you, John, and you can confront him.
Guys.
Oh, he can't hear us.
Oh,
Crap!
no.
No. It was my best intro ever. We'll get to it.
I can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. All right. Well, I was talking about the time Ben tried to fire you, but we didn't let him. He doesn't have HR power or pull here.
Yeah.
So recently, your ranking of Miles Martin number 8 has come under attack from Ben Funky Askren. And you put up the video. I found the video to be thorough and informative, and I was satisfied with your answer. But Ben was not. So he had some questions. Yeah, he has questions. So I'm sure you'll be able to answer them.
Yeah, fire him off.
Well, I mean, my main question was the fact that Miles. I'm going back to your website, freestylewrestling.org, to make sure I'm getting this right. But Miles, the only person he had beat that was, you cited the Abuev and you cited Reichmuth, but neither one of them are even currently in your own top 20. So the only win he would have that is in the top 20 would be Dieringer.
Yeah. So a lot of it is when he beat them, right? When he beat them, they were ranked.
Okay.
And then also like 86 is like all over the place. So
yeah,
a bunch of guys have taken losses, to guys that ranked lower as well. So that's a big thing with it.
So Reichmuth and Abuev were they were previously ranked and now they're not in there?
Yeah, Reichmuth was ranked back in December, and then Miles beat him in January, and then Dieringer was ranked like 10th when Miles beat him as well. And so, like, if you go through, like, the guys ranked even 8th or 7th, all of them have taken losses when they're last, like, 1 or 2 competitions.
And one thing, Ben, it's like, this happens in college all the time. Someone beats a top 10 guy, and then they go past that guy, and that guy continues to slide. You don't drop that guy that earned the top 10 ranking by beating him down every time that guy loses. Like, you're not that's a part of the big picture, but you don't just fall just because that guy you beat fell.
Yeah, so even if you look at, like, Valiev lost to Hassanov, who lost to Dieringer lost to Miles. So, like, all of them have just traded losses from, like, 6 all the way through 25, which is unlike any other weight out there. So it's more about 86 than anything else,
Yeah.
This happens sometimes. You get these crazy weights. Okay, I have another thing, John, while we have you. Because another thing that Ben goes to war about is the idea that we think Miles Amin could beat Alex Dieringer.
I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is.
Listen, make the case, Miles Dieringer. I'm not saying definitively that Miles Amin would beat him, but my gosh, it's a match and it's a discussion. And Ben Askren was widely dismissive of this.
Yeah, I mean, even if you just look at Amin's worlds, he had an incredible world where he beat Torreblanca, he beat Dudorov. Yeah, he beat Dudorov, Takatani. And so then Dieringer just loses to Torreblanca, and then Amin, he made the Euro finals, only lost to Nathanov. I don't have anything in front of me right now, but I think it was like 4-0. So, I mean, he's got just as good as results as any of those guys in the top, 7 through 15. And Dieringer Dieringer's got really good results at 79, but doesn't really have them at 86. So I think it'd be a match for sure. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. And then obviously,
Mountain
I mean,
Everest.
I know one thing he cited in the Facebook chat was that Amin lost to Faith Erden first round at Mateo Pelicone, and then obviously Valencia tech fauled him.
Yeah.
But Valencia's not in the rankings because he's suspended, I'm guessing. Correct?
I don't know what his status is. Yeah. Yeah.
So he's not in there because of that.
Yeah, he'd be 7th. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so right above Miles.
We should
we
should rank the bad boys. You're suspended. We'd be the only ones that rank the suspended guys. It would be an additional difference. No, don't do it. It's fine. I'm just being stupid. Dang. Well, this was great, John. Well, hey, while we have you, give us a sense of your background. How'd you get so into this? How do you know so much about international wrestling?
Google, right? No, no, just following, just doing research. When I first started following wrestling, international wrestling, I was really into college stuff. I was real frustrated there wasn't any stats out there at all. So about a year ago, I just started I'm just going to do a crazy project and just try to put everything together. And so literally just hand results, typing them in the computer, going through the database, and before my wife and kids wake up in the morning, just putting a bunch of results in Google Sheets, and then Ben threatened to fire me, so I had to make a site.
Yeah, that's all it took.
What was your reaction when you're just listening to FRL like a normal day, and then all of a sudden Ben's saying that we need to fire you?
Yeah. I could tell his cortisol levels were going through the roof there.
Oh my! Did you guys see what Dake posted last night?
He's dunking.
Something about
Ben's changing the subject so fast.
Yeah.
Listen, I listen. You guys can say whatever you want about the Deeringer, and I'm ready to put my money where my mouth is. I'm betting on Deeringer. Put your money on Amin, and let's make the match happen, Christian. Let's do this.
All right, we got to crush Saturday, and then we're gonna make that match happen. It has to happen.
Okay. But did you see what Kyle Dake posted last night?
Yeah. Yes, I didn't
Growing
know what it
biomes
meant.
on your feet or something. I don't know what it means, but I go barefoot all the time, so I should be pretty good.
Yeah. Let me see.
Make sure you go outside and get dirt on your hands and feet. You need to help recolonize your microbiome ASAP.
Yeah, totally. So there he goes.
What are your thoughts on Saturday, John?
Yeah.
I think the Dake Chamizo match, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I think people underestimate Chamizo in the hand fight and his ability to control the mat and put pressure on people. But Dake just stays in such good position, so that's going to be a fun one. And I think DT is gonna control the match. I think
I think a lopsided win for David. Yeah, that's a fair bet. Kyle Bracchia guaranteed a Miles Martin victory. So
man, you set me up.
So we'll just have to see Saturday. John, hey man, we just sent you a number in the middle of the show. I really appreciate you coming on. Ben, do you have anything else for John? Before we let him go?
I think we should have John more often, and we should maybe make him our international correspondent or something.
Yeah,
to, give him a real nice title, something like that.
Okay, senior international correspondent.
Yeah,
I'm
emeritus.
down.
Got it. Well, hey, John, have a good day. Thanks so much for coming on. And your job is safe. Thank you, sir.
Cool.
Thanks. Have a good one. All right, John Kozak, our international ranker, senior emeritus international correspondent.
Liaison.
Oh my gosh.
We'll just keep adding stuff to it
just
every
add
time.
stuff every single time. So the honorable John Kozak.
Also, people got confused because then they were looking at UWW's rankings, but those aren't rankings. Those are the
seed points.
Exactly.
Yes.
But they call them rankings, so that confuses people.
Right. But UW does also do they not do rankings anymore? Because they used to do their own rankings.
I don't think they do.
If they do them, I'm sure they're very poor.
No, they were not bad.
I don't think they do them anymore since they have the seeding points.
Yeah, I think they're like, they're probably like, we're tired of this grief. We'll create a thing. What are you drinking, Ben? Oh my gosh. Spinach nectar?
Like some green juice. I don't know what it is.
You just drink it, no questions asked?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pretty tasty.
Yeah, see, their rankings are based on points.
Yes. So that can be confusing. All right, we'll keep it moving. 920 deep in the heart of Texas. Wait, I don't know if we put a bow on the nutrition talk, but I do think it is a thing. I think that is something. There's just like an educational gap in terms of when these guys get to. Man, I think about what I used to eat and think was okay to eat. Although I did just house Popeyes yesterday, so I'm not gonna pretend I'm like the picture of a healthy diet. But I learned a lot more as I got older. So I think these guys coming out of high school, just part of being in high school, you just kind of eat like crap. And there's only a few, probably pretty special kids that have really disciplined diets.
Dake talked about it in one of his interviews we did with him. He's like, I would sit there and buy stuff at the vending machine before high school practice. And
that's Kyle Dake. And then as he was winning NCAA titles, he was like, he would totally like plan his day around how much he would have to work out so he could eat chips and play video games, right? Like, this is a Cornell guy and an NCAA champion. So there's just some gaps from.
And even some adults still drink Monsters on a regular basis.
I know. It's becoming fewer and far between, but that is the most concerning, those that drink.
So Christian, you don't look like much with your shirt on there, but then you post Instagram pictures flexing, popping the top. You're pretty shredded. What's your go-to diet?
Go-to diet? I don't know. I intermittent fast, so I don't eat my first meal until like, I don't know, 11 or 12. Depends. If I get really hungry, I'll eat at like 10. And then I eat a lot of eggs. I eat probably 20-some eggs a week in general.
What?
I love, if I eat eggs, I make 4 at a time.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
A lot of eggs. Try to avoid sugar as best I can, even though I still definitely eat sugar. I just try not to go crazy with it. And try to avoid eating really late. So, like, I'll eat dinner, and then hopefully I'll have the willpower to not, like, break out the Oreos and milk. And then.
Got it.
But it's all a thing. If I didn't work out, it all kind of works together. And if I eat like an idiot, then I'll, like, I don't know, overcompensate the next day or something.
Sure. And the worst diet on the FloWrestling team is Kyle Bratke, correct?
100%.
Yeah. He wears
Me
it.
and Spay.
It's a badge of honor. Spay, but here's the difference between Bratke and Spay. Spay will do lunch drop, and he'll get like a giant salad and stuff like that. Bratke would never even like attempt to do something
That's
like
not true. I literally had chicken Caesar salad for dinner last week.
But really?
Really?
Okay.
Ask
I
Olivia.
don't believe him.
I don't either. I'll have to go to Olivia.
I really like Caesar salad.
Yeah. No, let's see your salad. But yeah, he's not a big.
Spay also drinks a lot more alcohol than me, though.
He does do that. Yeah, Kyle Bratke, not a big drinker. Okay. Hey, did you have a birthday, Ben? If so, allow me to apologize. I'm sorry if I did not wish you a happy birthday.
I'm old now, so it doesn't really matter all that much.
Yeah, no one's throwing you like Chuck E. Cheese parties anymore. So Greco-Roman Bravo Young asks.
That's a good name.
It is a good one. I approve. Will Ben's pee breaks be more frequent now that he's a year older?
You know what? It's pretty much just about like if I wake up earlier than usual and I drink, a bunch of stuff, then obviously I got to take a piss. Last week I was holding it. I had to go so bad I almost ditched out.
Oh man, you had to channel your inner Boffman to make it through. Well, congratulations.
Actually, you know who I thought when my feet were being so painful, I was thinking about Wayne Boffman on Saturday Sunday when I was coming down the mountain and my feet hurt like a SOB.
Really? So you're like, you know what? Wait, this is nothing for Wayne.
Nothing
Wayne would
at
laugh
all.
at his pain. That must have been brutal. Does Matt Pell win an NCAA championship at 174 if Ben clears out for him to go that weight?
I think I would say it'd be him and Keith in the finals would be my guess. I think that would be really competitive. I don't know that Matt would win for sure, but I think it's Matt versus Keith in the finals at 174.
Okay. If Dayton can't lock down the 57 spot, do you think he ever comes up to 60, 61 he means, maybe for at least non-Olympic years? I don't think so. I think Dayton is the guy ain't getting any taller, I don't think, right? And He's been around this weight for a while. I think he's a 57 for good. And, just because you don't make the spot one year doesn't mean you don't make it the next. He lost to Final X the one year. He made it the next year. So I don't think he says, I'll go up. Maybe he does. Maybe he says, you know what, non-Olympic years. But I just see him as a 57 lifer. That's my
I
viewpoint.
agree totally.
I would be surprised to see him go up to 61.
Yes.
JD said Vito is very good at folk, incredible at freestyle. What's Spencer Lee's best style? It's a great question. I don't know. I don't have enough information. I don't think I have enough information to declare. You cannot win the worlds at folk style, so that makes it tougher to do.
I do declare.
Although NCAA's, maybe Chael's son.
That's worlds.
NCAA's is folk style world championship. So so maybe he's a 2-time world champion folk style. We'll say
3-time freestyle world champ.
3-time freestyle age level.
Age level.
It hasn't done his seniors, but he won senior nationals in dominant fashion.
Messed everybody up.
I'm going to say freestyle. I think it's going to be freestyle.
It's such a dumb topic because it's impossible to prove that he could win a world championship because no one else competes in folk style. But you guys see what I'm saying? Like,
well, no.
Could Spencer win a folk style world title? Yeah, I mean, he could, but would it be fair because no one else competes folk style?
No, it's not dumb, Ben.
Someone got trained.
That's not the question. Is Cael Sanderson better at folk style or freestyle?
Folk style.
Okay, that's the question. So what's Spencer Lee's best style? That's the question. So stop yelling at our wonderful listeners and question askers. Okay?
That's more fun. Folk style.
Yeah. I think we'll see.
What do you say?
I think it's going to be freestyle ultimately.
I'm going to say freestyle too.
That's not the question.
Freestyle. Okay. Definitively freestyle. I swear a blood oath.
Damn. I got outvoted.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you're
wrong. I know
wrong.
he hasn't wrestled it as frequently as folk style, but he loses a lot less freestyle.
Listen, this dude has. How many guys have like elite parterre offense, not just gut, but lace? He's got that. How many guys defensively? I mean, I guess my point is there's not an instance where he's not going to be able to score bunches of points. Whereas in folk style, he's got to get on top, and then he's got a very specific turn he really, really likes. Whereas this, I feel like in the burst, you want to talk about ability to score and burst. It's a lot easier to end a match quickly. He is a burst wrestler, like he scores in bunches. It's so easy for him to score in these in bunches. And whereas in folk style, if someone can stall appropriately on bottom, you can trade takedowns with
only a couple people.
With a very small list of people. But he can trade takedowns in freestyle, but he's going to get so much more in parterre, and I don't know if I think he'd be pretty tough to turn in parterre. I'm just guessing. So I think it's going to ultimately be freestyle, but we won't know for a little bit definitively. And even then, we may never know because he's like a 4-time NCAA champion in folk style potentially. So I don't know. Mark Neiman. 1, percentage that a season occurs.
Oh, God. I don't want to discuss it.
All right, next topic. You made Ben sad, Mark. Do you feel good now? Way to go.
I like Mark. Mark's a really nice guy.
He is a really nice guy. Good dude. That's why I asked the question, but then you got mad at
What percentage you want to give it, Christian? And whatever we do, it's going to be sad because it's not 100. That sucks.
70.
I'll go 88.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, you guys made me happy.
Yeah.
I'm starting to swing back around and be optimistic again.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I have this video from Will the Thrill Band. Tyler, it's the video underneath a couple questions. The Nick Simmons versus Alexandru. If you see that there.
This is awful.
Yeah, it's awful. It's awesome. If you love Spladles, this is like the holy grail. This is like, other than the Metcalf one is like maybe more iconic, but this one, when Nick Simmons spladled the guy at 2011 Worlds, I believe it was unseemly. And so we're going to show that for Will the Thrill Band because he said, can y'all dig up the video from that time Nick Simmons spladled a guy at Worlds probably 9 or 10 years ago, but it's so good. He's right. It is so good. And the fact that it's a foreigner makes it even better. But it is this is viewer discretion is advised because you won't find.
Awful. I'm not. Yeah.
Oh wow, Ben's getting nervous now. He's thinking about his injured hips.
I don't like it.
He's getting concerned.
You don't like it?
It would break my hamstrings.
Yeah. So you could scroll
I'm
a
good
little
this
bit.
way, but not so much this way.
Yeah. Okay. Keep going. Keep going. We're almost there. It's gonna get real. Okay, right now.
Right here.
Go back a little bit.
I'm not watching. Tell me.
Ben is a freaking cage fighter. He won't watch a spladle. He's like, that's too much.
Go ahead and play it.
Yeah, go for it.
It's wrong.
No audio is necessary. Just we'll listen to Ben. So you got the near leg in. Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Don't do it. Oh,
this poor guy. And the worst part for this poor Moldovan is that he's not pinned. He can't pin himself. His shoulder blades are up. And the ref is like, what in tarnation is this? I have no idea what's happening. He's got his nice blazer on. Okay, now he's so pinned. He is under the mat now. You cannot see him anymore. He is gone. And they won't call the mat. This poor guy. No one tougher than this Moldovan. Nick Simmons. So mean. And they just let this guy hang there.
Oh god, this is so awful.
It's so bad.
Stop the damn match, ref.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible. They finally they confirm the fall. Poor guy. Shout out to Alexandru Chertoica from Moldova because that was a tough scene.
It's so awful.
Thank you, Tyler.
Hey, you know, I was just thinking it'd be fun. You know, like in basketball when they do the dunk contest and they just, let you do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could get some like very average high school wrestlers, and then you could just say, "Hey, go wrestle," and it could be Nick Simmons and Darren Caldwell, and then having a spladle off. The coolest way to get to spladles. What do you think?
I'm in. I think this is ready. Our next 0-0 will just be spladle
Speaking
contest.
of
Spladle
Darren
off.
Caldwell,
Maybe you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just going to talk about
Mercyhurst.
Yeah, Mercyhurst.
Oh god, I was gonna say I don't think you could get high school kids because those would be minors, and you don't want to do like minor abuse.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got to be like young college kids that don't know any better, and they think they're in a shot, and then boom, all of a sudden they're splayed and they're screaming.
Another funny Caldwell clip before we talk about Mercyhurst was he was talking about the match that like ended his career because he wrestled Eric Grajales, and he was like, "Yeah, I pinned his brother Caesar a couple times in a spladle," and then like Bader kind of laughed. He's like, "Everybody got spladled, bro." Like, he just did it to so many people. But the CP, you want to tell Mercyhurst?
Yeah. So Mercyhurst. So Darian is talking with Bader about how he almost went to Nebraska and he was going to, and like he wasn't going to, but he was really thinking about it. Mark Manning was all over him, and he told him he wasn't going to go. This was like around the signing period, and Darian's like, "No, I'm not going to go." Blah blah blah, and then Jordan, they were holding that scholarship for Darian, and then Jordan signed after Stace. He signed later, and he's like, he wouldn't if they were holding that spot for me, and if I'd have gone there, Jordan wouldn't have because he went to Nebraska because he had this great offer. He's like, so if he didn't go there, he'd be at MF and Mercyhurst or something. Who knows? Who knows what would happen with Jordan? So that was really funny. And then that prompted.
How bad you think? Do you think Jordan's mad when he hears that? Because Jordan got mad at me for picking Kyle Dake by writing time. Do you think Jordan's mad when he hears Darren Caldwell say that, or how do you think he takes it?
I doubt it. I doubt he takes it negatively. I think Jordan is very candid about not being that great in high school, relatively speaking. Like, he kind of owns that, and that, like, it's a big part of his story that Nebraska, I think, was the only place that offered him a full ride. And so that's why he went there, or offered him as much.
They offered him a full ride, really?
Okay, I'm walking that back. I think he did give him a full ride, but
all right.
Yeah, but offered him what they offered him, and it was kind of like this was the only place that like kind of saw me for what I could be. Anyway,
how much did Mercyhurst offer him?
I don't think Mercyhurst was involved. I'm just curious why that school entered Darren Caldwell's mind in that moment, because like I was like, oh, I didn't know where Mercyhurst was, and then we looked it up. It's in Erie, Pennsylvania, which is like northwest PA, very far from Caldwell. So I don't know why Mercyhurst came up, but I found that.
Poor Mercyhurst just getting Getting a ricochet shot from Caldwell.
Yeah, Darian, chill out. He's up on Mercier's. But Mercier's probably a fine school. I don't know much about it, unfortunately. I think they're the Lakers. Not to be confused with...
For the Lakers. Yeah, they're the Lakers. D3. Yeah.
Okay. So, but that prompted Ben, when we were talking about that off air, you said that you had kind of a Mercyhurst sort of story with to share, but not exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my brother was initially getting recruited by Iowa State. He actually went on a visit there. And then obviously he made the decision to go to Missouri. And obviously the kid they Iowa State ended up with in that class was Jake Varner. And Max had beaten Jake Varner that previous summer at Fargo. And so, that's one where it's like, well, if Max goes to Iowa State, maybe Jake Varner doesn't go there because they're probably not going to recruit two 197-pounders. It's probably not the best move they're going to do, right? So, who knows where Jake Varner ended up. It's funny when you dig back through some of these recruiting stories and you think like, well, if this guy would have went there, kind of butterfly effect, how it could have changed everything. Because now, obviously, Varner and Cale have been together for the last, almost 20 years?
You know what, Ben?
What's that?
You're not going to like what I'm about to say.
Go for it.
But the reason you don't know the way Penn State trains is because Max didn't go to Iowa State in the Varner spot. He would have followed Cale to Happy Valley. You would have all the ins. But you selfishly recruited your brother to go to Missouri. And then, the rest of it is history. And he's an NCAA champion.
I wish I should have seen the future.
But no, think about this. Oh yeah, eat your heart out. Are you bringing up?
Someone put it in the Facebook chat.
I remember that. I remember eat your heart out. The Caldwell highlight video. Maybe we should run that.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, this was early. When did this go up? 2010. So one thing, Ben, as I'm thinking, they might have been able to make it work because both of those guys went 84 and 97 in their career. Max won NCAAs at 84. They could have made it work because Jake went 84 some, Max went 84 some. It could have. Can you imagine those two back to back?
Yeah, and they had a really good recruiting class. Let me see if I can find it.
Zabriskie,
2005 class. Zabriskie, Kyler was that year, I believe. Mitch Mueller, Gallick's little brother. Yeah, they had quite the recruiting class.
Yes, very good wrestling team. Okay, so.
Someone brought up on Facebook that if Caldwell keeps talking all this junk about how he would have pinned Dake, that him and Dake just need to wrestle.
That would not go so well.
After their matches.
He's a little big, and Kyle Dake's very, very, very good now. Okay, Weathersfield Wrestling wants to know if Ben can still crush the watermelons, and anyone on Flow up to the challenge.
Yeah, bring some to the party on Saturday.
We'll bring some. I will admit, after I saw you and Zane do it, I
think we all did.
We all tried it. None of us could do it. I mean, I'm not surprised I couldn't do it, but you watch it happen, you're like, I can envision a world where I could crush a watermelon, right? I have all my strength here. Couldn't do it.
Even Holmes couldn't do it. We it was me, Vinny,
Holmes couldn't do it?
No, we were all living in a house. We bought a watermelon, and we all tried it. And then finally, after all of us trying for 20 minutes, Holmes finally got it. But it
was a completely mangled watermelon at that point.
Yeah.
I wonder if Mike could. Mike's got that strong gut thing. Maybe he could do it. You know what else I tried, Ben? Because I saw it on your Instagram, crushing the egg with the.
You didn't get it?
No, not long ways. I don't know if I was close. There's no way to know if you're close to crushing an egg.
Justin Hale's on Facebook, and he said him and Mike Mount did it.
Okay, I kind of believe that. Justin Hale's super strong. And Mike Mall's strong, too. You know what? If they could do it, I'm going to start training. I want to do it. I want to freaking crush a watermelon.
Well, I actually just had this conversation, Christian, with one of my assistant coaches, Jordan Newman, last night. He goes by the name Not Human Newman. He's quite strong. But we talk about in wrestling, one of the most important strengths is this squeeze power, cradles, gut wrenches, et cetera, et cetera. There's a whole bunch of times when you squeeze someone. But what exercise really does that type of motion? The answer is there is none. So we've been thinking of we kind of joke every once in a while about making some type of machine that goes in this gap here, and you got to squeeze it, and then somehow it refills, right? And then you just got to keep squeezing it over and over again.
That is a good idea for a very specific. Yeah. Oh wow, we've got the video. I don't remember this, but this is well produced. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, who made this?
Justin is so
I'm gonna
short.
watch
Nikki
it.
Prian made it.
Oh.
Hang on.
All right, we're gonna show this video. It's Mike Mallett, Justin Hale crushing a watermelon, then we can go. This is 940 deep in the heart of Texas. This is pretty impressive. So exciting stuff there. Someone asked when the Brent Metcalf Flow film will come out.
Never.
You're gonna tease it forever. No, it's gonna happen. We're gonna. I think in August it'll happen. We hit a setback there with the editing process that was uncontrollable, and just the person editing it had to stop editing it for a time, and that person is now back editing it. And so we think we'll have a good idea by the end of the week where we're at with that. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll be able to reveal that on the broadcast Saturday, and we'll reveal that it's never. It's a big joke. It's a giant episode of Punked with Ashton Kutcher. We're making you think this is happening. So I think Tyler's sizing up this thing. Where would I? Oh, someone wants to know where they would need to go to find an autographed Ben Askren poster. Do you sell those?
No. I don't know.
It seems like there's a market. There's a market of at least one, and his name's John Paul Fontana. And he would
That's a great name.
Yeah, it's a solid name. Nothing wrong with it. You can just go big screen with it, Tyler. It's fine. You don't have to crop it all fancy. People just want to.
I'm excited to watch this.
Yeah,
go, Mike Mal.
It's pretty good. All right, here we go. Wow. So, all right,
Is this-
looked out.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Mike got it.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah, Mike's strong. There it is. Look at the debris. Mike's bald now. What do we think about bald and spectacled Mike? Wait.
So Justin didn't get it.
I'm sorry, Justin.
Didn't get it.
Justin
I'm sorry,
didn't get it,
Justin.
liar.
You put this in the chat. You didn't snap it. I'm just because you. What do you take credit for loosening up the jar
He just
for Mike
wanted
Mal?
everyone to see him
Oh,
shirtless.
was that the same watermelon? Or I thought they both had their own watermelons.
Maybe they did.
I think they had their own.
All I know is I saw a video of Mike crushing one, and I see one slipping out of Justin's head. Listen, Justin Hale cannot wait. You think I don't like wearing a shirt? This dude does not want to wear a shirt ever. Every Christmas party, this dude does karaoke, and he takes off his shirt every single time. It's a classic. It's a staple.
God.
It's basically
Way too early in the night, honestly.
way too early. It's like 8:30. Okay, we don't even have apps out, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna sing "Fight to Your Right" for the party shirtless. One year it was Nelly's "Hot in Here."
Yep.
So yeah, we have a number of characters here at Flow Sports. If you didn't already recognize that, and with that, it's time to go. 9:43, deep in the heart of Texas. We're gonna get the heck out of here. We got a lot to do. This is a big daggone week. 4 days until July 25th. Dake Chamizo, our mega super card. You guys are super excited about it, and we've got way more stuff coming. Everyone's coming on. Yeah, I'm glad that Ben's coming to town. He won't be on Thursday, but as I mentioned, Chael P. Sonnen filling in. I texted him this morning. The gangster got back with me, so excited for that. He's the man. So tomorrow with Ben, Thursday with Chael, and a lot more stuff coming. So thanks so much. See you tomorrow.